behind the hills, and the sky turns into a dream. I sit here watching the world fade, like a whispered memory, it seems. The stars are hiding in the twilight, but I know they're there above. You used to say that love was magic, and we'd never lose that touch. I still remember our first night underneath the vast dark sky. You held my hand and told me secrets, with the stars as our only guide. We used to chase the falling stars and laugh when we couldn't catch them. But now the night is quiet and I'm left here all alone again. How did we go from endless talks to silence in the space between? We used to be each other's world, now it's like we've never been. I found your old guitar tonight, the one you used to play for me. It's still out of tune, but I don't mind, because it still brings back the melody. You sang of love, of dreams we shared, of places I would go, of somewhere in the distance, babe, I lost the way to know. I hear your voice in every breeze, it calls my name from far away. But when I turn, you're never there, and the night slips into day. I remember the way you'd smile, and the way your eyes would glow, like the moonlight on the water, like a love we'd never outgrow. But now it's just the fading echoes of the song we used to sing, and I'm left with only memories of a love that didn't have wings. Do you still think of all the times we stayed up talking all night long? Did you ever feel the way I did, or was it just a fleeting song? I still want the places we used to go, but they're not the same without you here. The streets are empty, the nights are cold, and all that's left is fear. I still walk the places we used to go, but they're not the same without you here. The streets are empty, the nights are cold, and all that's left is fear. I wonder if you ever missed the way we used to dream of the future, or if you found someone else to share those moments with for sure. I keep looking for you in the crowd, hoping to see you there, but all I find are strangers' faces, and I can't find you anywhere. I try to forget, but it's hard to do, when every song reminds me of you, and every star that falls from the sky feels like a tear that I can't deny. I don't know where you went or why, but I still think about you every night. And though the world keeps moving on, I'm stuck in this endless fight. Maybe one day we'll meet again underneath the twilight sky, and maybe then we'll have the chance to say the things we never said goodbye. But until then, I'll keep waiting here, looking up at the stars so bright, hoping that one day you'll return to make everything feel right. And if you do, I'll be the same, waiting under the twilight's flame, and we'll find our way back home again, where love will never feel the same. So I'll keep watching the sky tonight, hoping you'll hear me, hoping you'll find that I'm still here beneath the stars, waiting for you with an open heart. We were young, chasing the sunrise, hands in the air, hearts in the skies. We didn't care where the road would lead, as long as we were running free. The world was ours, or so it seemed. We built our castle on a dream. Every day was a new adventure, every night a new treasure. We laughed like the whole world was ours, spinning beneath a sky full of stars. But somewhere along the way, we lost our way, and I can't say why. I used to think we'd never change, that love would always feel the same. But now I find myself asking if we were ever really that brave. I remember your eyes so full of light, and how we talk about everything at night. How we make plans for a future we'd build, but it all slipped away like sand through the field. The echoes of your laughter are still here, but they're growing faint, fading out unclear. I try to hold on to the pieces of you, but they're slipping through my fingers like the morning dew. I see you in the streets, in every crowd, but you're just a shadow fading and proud. The version of you I once knew is a ghost I'm chasing through and through. I hear our song on the radio, but it doesn't feel the same anymore. The melody's the same, but the magic's gone, and I'm left chasing shadows until dawn. I remember the way you used to touch my hand, like we were the only two in a world so grand. But now there's a distance, a space between, and I'm lost in the silence unseen. I still wear the bracelet you gave me, the one you said would never break. But now it feels like a chain holding me back from a life I thought I'd never forsake. I still wear the bracelet you gave, the one you said would never break. But now it feels like a chain holding me back from the life I thought I'd never forsake. We used to talk about growing older, building a life and never letting go. But those dreams now feel distant far, like the stars that are too far to reach too far. I'll keep asking myself where we went wrong, where we lost the rhythm of our song. Was it in the silence that grew between us, or was it the small things we started to mistrust? You used to be the spark that lit my fire. Now I'm left chasing shadows, pacing desire. I thought we were forever, I thought we were true, but now I'm just searching for a piece of you. I wonder if you think about me too, or if you found someone new. I try to forget, to let you go, but you're in my thoughts, always in tow. The spaces you left are now so wide. I try to fill them, but I'm denied. Every corner of my heart feels empty, like a place you used to be, but now it's plenty. I thought love was supposed to be enough, but now it feels like I've had enough. I'm tired of chasing, tired of waiting for love that's slowly fading. But still I hope I keep holding on, the memory of the love that's gone. I chase the shadows of what we had, hoping one day I'll find what's left of that. So I keep walking down this lonely road, where the past is heavy and this picture is cold. But somewhere in the distance I still see you, like a shadow of the love we once knew. I'll keep chasing, I'll keep moving on, until I find the strength to carry on. And if I ever find you somewhere down, the streets are empty at this hour. The moonlight's cool against my skin. I walk alone but feel your presence, like a shadow underneath my chin. We used to talk about the future like it was a place to be, but somewhere between the hope and dreams we lost the way to see. I still hear your laughter in my mind, like echoes through the trees. It plays in rhythm, soft and slow, like a melody on the breeze. Do you remember when we used to ride the summer nights so free? I used to chase your voice in the dark, but you were always ahead of me. I used to think you were my answer to questions I couldn't ask. But somewhere in the silence, babe, I forgot the love we used to mask. I found your jacket in the closet, the one you left in July. It smells like the wind and the rain and the stars we used to chase in the sky. But it doesn't feel the same now. The seasons change and so do we, and the places we used to visit are no longer places we can see. We tried to stay close, but the distance grew, like a wall between the hearts we knew. You said we'd always find our way, but now we're both lost, what can we say? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I used to dream of holding on to everything you meant to me, but dreams fade when the morning comes, and the past becomes too hard to see. I used to believe love never ends, but sometimes it's late and you can't pretend that the feelings we once held so tight are just whispers in the dead of night. They talked about forever, but forever slipped away. And I wonder if you think of me as the days turn into gray. Do you still remember our first kiss? How we promised we'd never let it go. But time has a way of breaking things, and love doesn't always grow. I can still see you standing there. The wind in our hair, the sun in your eyes, but now you're just a distant memory, a ghost that never says goodbye. We used to dance in empty rooms to songs no one would ever hear, but now the music's silent and I'm left with just my tears. I hear your name in passing conversations like a ghost I can't escape, and I wonder if you feel the same, or if you've learned to pin your place. I still walk those same old streets where we once held hands so tight, but now it's just the echoes of our past that keep me up at night. Do you remember all the plans we made, places we said we'd see? But now it's just the shadows chasing what we thought we'd always be. I used to think I'd find you waiting at the end of every road, but now I'm walking by myself, carrying all the weight you couldn't hold. Maybe we were never meant to stay. Maybe love just fades away, but I'll keep your memory in my heart until the world comes to a stop and starts. I'll keep chasing the shadows of the past, running after things that never last. But maybe that's what love is, babe, chasing something you can't say. I remember the way we used to smile, the way we laughed for miles and miles, but now I'm walking in. Kettle's humming low again. I'm staring at the steam. This morning smells like memories of someone from a dream. Your coffee cup still on the shelf, lipstick faded at the brim. I never moved it, though I could. It still feels a bit like him. The curtain flutters half awake, with sunlight dripping in. It paints the sword in amber waves where your footprints used to spin. We used to dance in socks at midnight, spill wine and laugh it off. You said the clumsy things we did were what made our love so soft. I found a list you made last winter, stuff like fix the closet door, but right beneath call mom back, it just said be brave more. And I wonder if you wrote it for yourself or maybe me, because now all I want is stillness, but the world won't let me be. You used to miss the last train home on purpose just to stay. We'd sit in silence cheek to shoulder and let the hours slip away. Now midnight trains come and go with their usual aching sound, and I pretend they're carrying you back to where we once were found. I still wear that worn out hoodie, the one you claimed for me. It smells like late September and leaves caught in the breeze. You always hated endings, said you liked to leave things light, but the way you disappeared felt more like daytime tonight. I clean the house in pieces now, like maybe you'll walk in and notice how the cushions sit just like they did back then. The mirror in the hallway still has your post-it notes. Your magic call me smile today, now faded like old coats. I took the long route home today, past the place we used to meet. The bakery's still open, still smells like sugar and concrete. The kid dropped his cookie on the sidewalk, started crying in the cold, and I bent down and gave him mine like you used to, heart so bold. You taught me little kindnesses that linger even now, the way you pause so bold without asking when or how. Sometimes I leave the window cracked just enough to hear the night, and every breeze that brushes in feels a little like your light. I know we never promised much, no rings or mapped out plans, but you once said love is showing up, then vanished like dry sand. I still check my phone at 2 a.m, like maybe you'll reach through with something small and simple, like hey, are you okay too? I've written unsent messages, more than I'll admit. Some were jokes, some angry lines, some poems half unfit. But mostly I just miss your voice. Not the words, just how it feels. Like late night jazz on vinyl, like something realer than real. The fridge still hums like it remembers how we bore you sleep. Sometimes I wonder if you left because you saw it hold too tight.
We used to speak in colors, every word a hue. The world felt brighter, every dream felt new. We painted pictures with your eyes so wild. We were just two hearts, young and undefiled. I held on to your laughter like it was gold. It was a treasure, a story to be told. But time like the wind started to change. Our colors faded, the picture rearranged. I see your face in the mirror of the past and wonder how something so beautiful didn't last. We used to dance through life without a care. Now I'm here alone, caught in despair. The rhythm of our days once flowed so free. Now I'm trapped in a melody I can't set free. I still hear your voice in every song, a reminder of where we went wrong. I reach for you in the spaces you left behind, but you're just a memory, hard to find. I thought we were forever, thought we were more, but now all that's left is a closed door. You said we'd make it through anything, that love was enough to spread our wings. But somewhere we lost the strength to fly, and now we're just two souls asking why. I walk through the streets we used to roam. Each step feels heavy, like I'm far from home. The places we laughed now feel so cold, a reminder of the love we couldn't hold. I thought we had a future, a never-ending road, but now I'm standing here carrying this load. We talked about forever, we talked about dreams, but now I'm lost in a silence between. I remember how we used to make promises, now they're just whispers, distant reminiscences. I still feel you in the corners of my mind, but I can't seem to leave the past behind. I search for you in every shadow I ask, hoping one day I'll catch a glimpse at last. But all I find is a ghost of who you were, fading away, a memory that's a blur. And yet there's a part of me that's still waiting for the time when we'll stop hesitating, to find our way back, to rediscover our truth, to hold on to the love we once knew. But deep down I know we can't go back, we're different now, we've lost touch back. The echoes of tomorrow are calling my name, but I'm not sure if they'll ever sound the same. I remember the sunsets we watched hand in hand. The world felt so big, but we made a stand. Now I stand here watching the sun go down, hoping that somehow you'll come back around. I still carry your heart wrapped up in mine, even if the stars don't align. But maybe it's time to let go of the past, hoping that somehow you'll come back around. I still carry your heart wrapped up in line, even if the stars don't align. But maybe it's time to let go of the past and step into a future that's meant to last. You are my world, the sun on my sky, but I know that we can't keep asking why. The echoes of tomorrow call us both to move, to find a new path, a new way to groove. And though it hurt, I'll carry on. The echoes of you still sing their song. I'll take the lessons, I'll take the pain, and maybe one day we'll find each other again. But until then, I'll keep walking alone, carrying the love we once had, fully grown. The echoes of tomorrow will light my way until I see you again on a brighter day.
See your face in the mirror when the light hits just the right way. It's like a reflection from another time, and I'm caught in the memories we made. We used to dream of places far away, of adventures of lands unknown. Our voices were filled with laughter, and the world felt like it was ours alone. Do you remember when we made plans, the way we spoke of forever, how the future seemed so clear, like it was something we couldn't sever? But somehow the pages started to turn, and we drifted like leaves in the wind. What once was vivid and bright now feels faded, like a story that's been penned. Oh. I still hear your words in my mind, the promises we swore would keep, but like sand slipping through our fingers. the promises we made ran deep. I remember the nights we stayed up late, talking about the lies we believed, how we changed the world together and plant the seeds of every need. Now those talks were just echoes, and the words we shared feel hollow. I thought we'd keep the fire burning, but it died and we let it follow. I still walk the paths we walked, through the streets where we once roamed, but everything's different now. I shall so far from home. I try to hold on to your sin, but it fades with every breath. I hold your memory like a secret, but it's a secret that feels like death. I still visit our favorite cafe, where we talked about our dreams, but the tables are all empty now, and the walls have lost their gleam. I keep waiting for the spark to return, for the fire to light once more, but the spark has turned to ashes, and I'm standing in a door. I still wear the bracelet you gave me, the one that meant we were bound, but now it feels like a heavy chain dragging me down to the ground. Do you remember when we danced in the kitchen with no music, just our hearts in tune? The world didn't matter in that moment, and we were the sun and the moon. But now the kitchen is quiet, and the space between us is wide. I look at the empty floor where we used to stand side by side. I still try and find you in my dreams, but they're always out of reach. The dreams we shared are now broken, like the lessons we couldn't teach. I wonder if you ever miss me, if you ever think about what we had, or if I'm just a passing memory of a time that's long gone and sad. I still have the letters you wrote me, the ones you promised would last forever, but the ink has faded and the words have blurred, and I can't remember what we were. I hold on to the things you left behind, like your jacket, your book, your pen, but it feels like I'm holding on to ghosts, and I don't know if I'll ever win. I stand past by the places we knew, but everything's changed. Nothing feels alright, the streets seem colder, the air more still, and I'm left here alone in the night. Do you ever think of me when it rains, or when the sun sets in the sky? Do you ever wonder where I am, and if I'm still? The world is turning, but I stand still, caught in the memory of when we had it all. The air was warmer, the days were brighter, and the laughter echoed through these empty halls. I remember how you'd call my name like it was the only thing you knew, and every time you touched my hand, it felt like we were brand new. But now the walls are whispering the secrets that we used to share. I search for your face in every crowd, but you're no longer there. I pass the old cafe we used to love, the one where we talked for hours on end. Now it's just another empty space where our story came to an end. I still don't remember the way you looked underneath the fading streetlights. Your eyes are full of dreams and hope, and we talked about the future all night. But now the future feels so far away, like it's a place I can't quite reach. I'm stuck in the echoes of yesterday, wishing I could just break free. Do you still think about those nights when we promised we never change? Or has the world turned you into someone who's just a stranger so far out of range? I still wear the necklace you gave me, the one with the small silver charm. Every time I touch it, I remember how you used to keep me warm. But now it feels like a distant memory, like a dream I can't quite recall. The love we shared has faded away, and I can't remember it all. I try to let go of the past, but it clings to me like a song. And every note reminds me of where I used to belong. I wondered if you ever look back and wonder where it all went wrong, or if you found someone else to carry on where we've belonged. I still find your letters tucked away in the corners of my mind, but the words no longer have meaning, and the love we had feels hard to find. I used to believe we were forever, but forever slipped through our hands. Now I'm left here with nothing but the remnants of broken plans. I hear your name in every song that plays on the radio, and I can't help but wonder if you ever feel it too below. The way that the memories that we left behind in the dust, the love we thought would never end, is now a relic left to rust. I keep walking through the days with the shadow of you by my side, but the more I try to forget, the more I feel like I'm trying to hide. I can't run from the echoes of a love that's gone away, but maybe in the silence I'll find peace one day. And if the woman whispers your name, I'll know it's just the past calling, a reminder of the love we lost and the dreams that keep on falling. I hope you're out there somewhere, living the life you always dreamed. And if you ever remember us, I'll be waiting still unseen. Maybe one day we'll cross paths and the past will fade away, but for now I'll hold on to the echoes of yesterday. So I'll stand here in the quiet with the memories close to my chest, hoping that one day somehow we'll both find peace and let it rest. The sky was brighter when we first met. We painted pictures in our minds. The world felt soft beneath our feet, and time was something we could never find. I remember the first time we touched, the way your hand fit into mine. We talked about the future like it was ours, and we promised we'd be fine. But somewhere along the way, the colors started to fade. What once was bright now feels distant, like a memory slowly decayed. I still drive down the roads we traveled, but the places we loved don't feel the same. The house we built in our minds together is now just a house without a name. I try to hold on to the moments, but they slip through my fingers like sand. The laughter, the warmth, the endless days now seem like things I can't understand. Do you remember when we first kissed underneath the city lights? How your lips were soft like summer rain, and I could see the stars in your eyes. But now the stars seem so far away, and the rain has turned to cold. I wonder if you ever missed the way we used to love so uncontrolled. I still have the letters you wrote me, the ones you said would never fade. But now the ink has blurred, the words are lost, and I'm left with the love that's been betrayed. I walk alone through the days, and the nights feel like an empty sky. I still search for pieces of you in the places you used to lie. I tried to find you in the crowd, but all I saw were strangers' faces. I realized out, but you were gone, leaving only silent traces. I keep the memories locked away in a box I dare not open, because every time I do they break me and leave me feeling broken. You were the one who taught me love, but you also taught me loss. And I stand here alone and cold, wondering if it was worth the cost. I thought we'd last forever, but forever slipped through our hands. Now I'm left with the echo of your name and the pieces of broken things. I see your face in every dream, but when I wake you're not there. The world is still, the nights are long, and I'm left with nothing but despair. I've learned to live without you, but it doesn't mean I've let go. The love we shared still lingers like a fire that won't stop glowing, though the colors you once painted are nice shades of black and gray. But I'll keep them in my heart as a reminder of a better day. Maybe one day we'll meet again and the colors will come back to life. But until then, I'll carry on through the silence and the strife. And if I see you in another life, I hope it can start again. But for now, I'll keep moving forward until I find my way back to life. The sky was brighter and our hearts were light, and the love we shared felt so right. I'll keep the fading colors in my mind as a reminder of the heart we left behind. Oh, I still remember that first song we sang in the quiet room. The lights were low, the world outside, a distant endless gloom. You laughed and called me out of tune, but I kept singing on. And though I couldn't find the notes, you said it was our song. The sound of rain against the glass, a rhythm in the air. We made our own melody, like no one else was there. You hummed along with every beat, your fingers tapping slow. We didn't need a reason why, it just felt good to let go. I missed the way you'd steal my keys, then run across the floor. You'd lock me out and I'd pretend I'd knock, but I'd want more. How did we go from melodies to silence in the dark, from singing in the kitchen to chasing after sparks? I found your letter in the drawer, you wrote it in the spring. It said, you're my reason for everything. But I couldn't hold the sting. You said you'd always be around and promised to stay near, but promises are fragile things that vanish with the years. I saw your shoes by the front door, but you never came home. I wonder if you missed the song, or if you moved on alone. There's a piano in the corner I play every night, trying to recall your touch, trying to make it right. But the notes are fading softly, like echoes in the hall. I can't remember how we loved, just fragments of it all. I hear your voice in every chord, in every whispered sound. It calls to me from yesterday, like shadows on the ground. I used to dream of waking up and finding you still here, but time has made those dreams fade, like the music we held dear. The radio still plays our tune, but it's a little cracked, like the way I tried to hold on, but you didn't look back. I used to hum it in the car on mornings that we shared. Now every time I turn it on, I'm just reminded you're not there. I wonder if you miss my laugh, or the way I'd steal your hat. If you remember how we joke when life was simple just like that. I kept all the postcards you sent, the ones with places we would go. And though they started to fade, I keep them close, I don't let go. There's a clock in the living room, it ticks but it's a lie. Time never really waits for us, it just keeps passing by. I sometimes wish I'd kept those words, or whispered in the night. Maybe if we held them closer, we'd still be holding tight. But now I sit here by myself, the music in my head, and wonder if you hear it too, or if the song's already dead. You used to say that love was easy if you let it fall in place, but maybe love's not meant to be easy. Maybe it's the time we waste. I keep the memory of your smile like a picture on the wall, but every time I look at it, I can't help but feel so small. The echoes of a whispered song still play inside my mind. I wish I could find the courage to leave the past behind, but there's a tenderness I hold, like something I can't say. A love that's slowly fading but never quite fades away. I'll keep the space beside me free for when you come again. And maybe when the song's complete, we'll sing it loud, my friend. We started with a spark in the night, two souls lost in a world so bright. We talked about forever, made plans so grand, but now I'm standing here with an empty hand. Your laugh used to be my favorite sound, now it echoes in the silence all around. I try to hold on to what we had, but it slips away, leaving me so sad. I remember the days we spent so free. The world was ours, you and me. We thought we had time, we thought we had it all, but the years slipped by and we started to fall. I can still hear your voice in the rain, telling me we'd never feel pain. But now I'm walking through the storms alone, searching for a place to call home. You used to be my reason to fight, now I'm lost in the quiet of the night. I trace your name on the window pane, but it's just a memory, a sweet refrain. We had our dreams, we had our plans, but somehow we lost the rhythm of our hands. I thought we'd stay together forever, but we drifted apart, couldn't find each other. I still wear the bracelet you gave me, I thought it would keep you close to me, but now it's just a reminder of what's gone, a memory of a love that's moved on. I try to find you in the crowd, but your shadow now fading proud. I still see the way you used to smile, but it's been so long, I haven't seen it in a while. You used to tell me we'll be okay, but now those words just fade away. I try to reach out, try to make it right, but you're slipping through my fingers out of sight. I still hear our song on the radio, but it doesn't feel the same anymore. The melody's familiar, but the meaning's lost, and I can't find my way back to you, no matter the cost. The love we had is fading fast, like a photograph that never lasts. The colors are dimming, the edges are torn, and I'm left here alone, trying to mind the way you held me tight, how everything felt so perfect that night. But now I'm left with nothing but space, trying to find you in this empty place. We promised we'd never let go, but somewhere along the way we didn't know that love, it's not always enough. Sometimes it fades and it gets rough up. I wish I could go back to that time when everything felt so sublime. But now I'm stuck in a world without you, trying to remember the love we once knew. I'll keep searching, I'll keep trying, but inside I feel like I'm dying. Fading memories, that's all we are. Stars that burn bright, but now we're too far. I still see you in my dreams at night, but I wake up and you're out of sight. I'm chasing the ghost of a love long gone, trying to find the place where we belong. If only we could go back for the start and find the rhythm that we lost in our hopes. But for now I'll just keep waiting here, hoping the fading memories will reappear. And maybe one day we'll find our way back to the love that slipped away. But until then I keep on dreaming of the love we had and the life we were scheming. There was a time when the world was loud, when your laugh filled up every room, when we danced without a reason, and our hearts were in bloom. We used to stay up till morning light, talking about all we do. The future felt endless and bright, like there was no end to me and you. But now the silence screams too loud, it fills the space between our souls. We used to be so sure, so proud, now we're just pieces losing control. I still remember how we talk late into the night under the stars, how you'd smile and say everything would be fine, even when we were both so far apart. But those words don't mean the same, not anymore, not like before. The promises we made feel like chains, tying me down to a closed door. I still hear your voice in my mind like a song I used to love, but now it's faded, losing time, like the wings of a bird that could never rise above. I try to hold on to the moments, the ones we thought we'd never lose, but they slipped away like water in a stream, and I'm left with nothing to choose. I pass by the places we used to go, and everything's changed, nothing's the same. The coffee shop, the park, the streets we knew, now they're just memories, a sign of fame. I wonder if you think about me, or if I've just become a ghost. I keep looking for you in every cloud, but it's a face I no longer know the most. I keep our pictures on my wall, even though they make my heart ache. I remember the way we'd laugh and fall, but those moments, they're starting to break. I still wear the necklace you gave me, the one you said would always stay. But I can't help but wonder if it's just a memory that's slowly fading away. I remember the sound of your breath as we lay there under the night sky, and how the world seemed so perfect, as if we could never say goodbye. But now those words hang heavy in the air between our eyes. I wish I could take back the silence that pushed us apart and made us say goodbyes. I hear our song on the radio, and it cuts through me like a knife. It's like the universe is reminding me of the love that once filled my life. But even the music can't bring you back. The rhythm doesn't feel the same. I've learned to live without your touch, but I still play the game. I wonder if you'll ever miss me, if you ever feel the same ache. I try to reach out to the past, but it's something I can't remake. I used to find comfort in the quiet, but now it just feels cold. The silence between us is a chain, yeah, that I don't know how to unfold. I keep asking myself why it changed, why it drifted so far apart. But the answers are hidden in silence, like a riddle I can't restart. I keep the memories locked inside, like a box I'm too scared to open, because I know once I do I'll cry, and the pieces of us will be broken. I still believe in the love we had, even if it's just a ghost of the past. I'll keep it safe in my heart until I can't let go at last. But for now I'll wait in the quiet, listening for your voice in the wind, and hoping one day you'll come back and we can find where we began.
First time you smiled at me, it felt like light through window blinds. Quiet, soft, accidental, but it stayed etched between the lines. You spoke like a morning breeze, words floating, never forced, and I followed every syllable like a ship without a course. We carved little stories, as sidewalks with chalk that rain would steal, but somehow even washed away, they felt more solid, more real. You said your favorite hour was right before the night, when the sky wore both day and darkness, like they hadn't learned to fight. We never said the word forever, thought it might lose all its spark, so we danced around the meaning in coffee shops and parks. You brought home books with creased spines, marked with sentences you loved. I'd read them while you showered and underline what you dreamt of. There was this one on the windowsill about a girl who couldn't stay. You laughed and said it scared you, then turned your face away. I learned your rhythms like poetry. You're almost and you're not quite, the way you closed one eye to think and hum when think felt right. We weren't the loud kind of lovers, no fireworks or scene, but we knew each other's silences and what the long pauses mean. I remember the night it shifted, no argument, no break, just the quiet click of distance when hearts begin to ache. You started folding laundry more precisely than before, and I stopped asking questions when you lingered by the door. The playlist we made together now plays on random spin, and every fifth or sixth song feels like letting you in. I found your note by the kettle, folded in your favorite way. You didn't write much, just I'm sorry, and I needed to walk away. I reread it like scripture, like a story half unfolded, still hoping there was more beneath. The part you never told, your toothbrush sat for weeks, as if waiting for your face. Then one morning I moved it, and it left behind no trace. I thought about calling you, but didn't know what I'd say. Hey, I missed your laugh today, felt too small and far away. You used to say the city breathed,
And sometimes you could feel its lungs. Now the air feels stale and heavy, and all the streetlights feel too young. The plant you named Marigold died last week when I got to care. It's strange how even death can hold grief in the open air. I started to write again in the margins of my dreams about a girl who once stayed too long, and the quiet that ripped at the seams. You loved when it rained lightly, had the music as our pride. Now I sit and drizzle hoping it might bring you back inside. I visit our old bookstore, still imagine you there, aisle 3, holding up a memoir, saying, this one feels like me. The barista still asks about you. I just smile and sip my tea. Some people still live in places they've long since ceased to be. I wore a scarf last Sunday, not because it was cold, but because your scent still lingers in the fabric soft and bold. You say healing isn't linear, and time doesn't owe us grace, but every second I survive.
I see your shadow in the corner where the light refuses to reach. It's been years since we last spoke, but your presence still lingers out of reach. I remember the way we used to laugh underneath the summer sky. Your smile was the kind that could light up the dark, and I could never say goodbye. But somehow we became strangers as the years pulled us apart, and now your name is just a whisper that echoes deep within my heart. I still walk the streets we used to walk, but the world feels so different now. The places we loved, the things we shared, now seem like memories that won't allow themselves to fade or be forgotten. Even though time has passed, I keep searching for pieces of you in the shadows of the past. I remember how you used to talk about dreams and how we chased them together. Now I find myself chasing fragments of the love we thought would last forever. The songs we used to sing together now play in the background of my mind. Each lyric is a reminder of what we lost, of the love we left behind. I sometimes visit the park we frequented, the bench where we sit and dream, but the world has changed and so have we, and nothing feels the way it seemed. I wonder if you think about me in the quiet of your nights, or if the distance has made you forget the love that once felt so right. I still keep the pictures we took, the ones that never seemed to fade, but now they're just silent echoes of the moments we couldn't trade. I still keep the pictures we took of the moments we couldn't trade. We used to talk about forever, but forever was never meant to be. And now I stand in the ruins of us, trying to make sense of what's left to see. I still find traces of you in the air, in the spaces where we used to lie. But the love we once shared is a distant dream that never really got to fly. The roads we walked, the steps we took are now lost in the sands of time. And I wonder if you ever think back to the moments that once felt so divine. I don't regret the time we spent, but sometimes I wish things were different, that maybe we could have made it work if only we had listened. But we both got caught in our own fears and let them build the walls between. Now we stand on opposite sides of a love that used to be so serene. I keep hoping that one day we'll find our way back to each other, but I know in my heart it's not that simple. The pieces of us are scattered like no other. I'll always carry the love we shared, but I've learned to live without it. Because sometimes the things we want the most are the ones we'll have to let go of bit by bit. I'm not angry, I'm not sad, I'm just learning to let go of the shadows of us that linger, and the love we used to know. Maybe one day we'll cross paths again, and maybe we won't ever speak, but until then I'll carry the memories of the love that we could never keep. The shadows of us will fade in time, but they'll never completely disappear. And maybe that's okay, to remember without the pain, just a fear. And if I ever see you again, I'll know that we both moved on, but in the quiet of the night.
I remember the days when we chased the sun. Everything felt easy, we were always on the run. We talk about our futures with no fear, no doubt. But now I'm standing here, wondering what it's all about. You held my hand like it was made to fit. We shared our dreams, everything seemed legit. But somewhere along the way we lost the spark, and now I'm left searching in the dark. The nights we spent laughing till we cried are just memories now slipping with the tide. I tried to hold on to keep it alive, but the harder I pulled, the more we'd collide. I still remember the way you used to say that we'd never let go, we'd always find a way. But time has a way of turning things around, and now we're standing here with no solid ground. I thought our love was built to last, but now it feels like the past is just a shadow cast. We tried to build something strong, something true, but somewhere, somehow we both just withdrew. The things we promised, the words we spoke, are now just whispers of fading smoke. I still feel your presence, but you're not really there, just a ghost of a love floating in the air. I search for you in the places we used to go, but they feel empty now, cold as the snow. We used to be everything, or so I believed, but now all I feel is the pain we conceived. I look at old pictures, trying to recall the way they used to stand tall, but the faces in those frames are strangers to me now, and I'm lost in a world where I don't know how. The silence between us is louder than words. The love we once had is now just a blur. We said we'd be different, we said we'd fight, but here we are with nothing in sight. I remember the times we danced in the rain. The world was ours, nothing felt like pain. But now I'm standing in the middle of a storm, trying to remember what it meant to feel warm. There was a time when we were inseparable, but now I'm here just feeling regrettable. I miss the way you used to make me feel like everything was perfect, everything was real. But now I'm drifting through the haze, caught in the memories of our better days. I thought we had more time, I thought we had forever, but now it's just a story we'll never remember. Used to be my reason to smile, but now I haven't felt that way in a while. I still hear your voice, but it's just a sound, a reminder of a love that can't be found. I wish I could say that it's okay, but I'm not sure how much longer I can stay. I keep holding on, hoping for a sign that we'll find our way back, that she'll be mine. But through the haze I can barely see a person you used to be in me. The love we had, the life we shared, feels like it's fading, like we never cared. Maybe someday the fog will clear and we'll find our way back without the fear. But until then I'll just keep on waiting, hoping for the love that we've been evading. But deep down I know the truth, that love doesn't always last, doesn't always soothe. And through the haze I've learned to see that maybe the love was not meant to be. I still hear your voice in the quiet, like a whisper carried by the breeze. It dances through the trees at night and brings me to my knees. Do you remember when we walked together underneath the autumn sky? The world was painted in shades of gold, and we thought we could never say goodbye. We laughed like we had forever, and we loved like there was no end. But somehow the seasons changed us, and we couldn't seem to mend. The space between us grew silent, like a shadow in the dark. And every time I reached for you, you slipped away, leaving a mark. I hold on to the memories we made, the ones we thought would last. But time has a way of stealing the things that never seem to pass. I still see the way your eyes would shine when you told me your deepest fears. We made promises in the moonlight, but now they're just words I hear through tears. I walk alone through the days we shared, each step feels like a distant dream. The places we love now feel empty, and the air is thick with what might have been. I still wear the ring you gave me, the one that was meant to symbolize forever. But now it's just a reminder of the love we couldn't tether. Do you remember when we danced in the rain? How the drops kissed our skin like fire, and we swirled in the street, no cares at all, our hearts full of hope, full of desire. But now the rain falls like tears, and the dance is just a memory
I'm stuck in the echoes of your love, waiting for the storm to set me free. I can still smell your scent on the pillow, the way it lingered in the air. But now the nights are cold and empty, and your touch is no longer there. I keep trying to find pieces of you in every corner of my mind, but you're slipping away like water through fingers, and I can't seem to unwind. You used to say that nothing could break us, that we'd always find our way back. But now the words feel like a lie, and the love we had seems to crack. I keep your picture in my wallet, the one you smiled in so pure. But now it's just a fading memory of a love I thought would endure. I still drive by the places we went, but nothing feels the same. The roads are empty, the skies are gray, and I wonder if you ever feel the same. Do you ever think of me in the quiet, or am I just a ghost in your past? Do you ever wish we could have stayed in love that seemed to last? I can hear your voice in the wind, like a song that's never faded. The way you used to laugh so loud now feels so distant, so jaded. The trees still sway the way they did when we would walk through the park. But now the leaves just fall in silence as I search for you in the dark. I still remember our first kiss beneath the golden autumn sky. The world felt like it was ours then, but now I can't help but wonder why. How did we go from forever to the space between us now? Did we let the little things go and not even ask ourselves how? The coffee cups we used to share sit cold on the windowsill. I keep pretending that you're here, but it doesn't feel the same still. I keep finding pieces of you in the places we used to go, like a photograph that's lost its color, but still carries a love I didn't know. I trace the lines of your letters, deep not faded with time, but every word you ever wrote feels like it's still yours and mine. I wonder if you still think of me when the days turn into night. Do you remember all the things we said, or have they all lost their light? I used to believe love was endless, that nothing could tear us apart. But now it feels like I'm chasing shadows of the love we couldn't start. I still wear the bracelet you gave me, the one with the little charm. It's faded now, but it still holds the promise that kept me warm. But promises are fragile things, and dreams can slip away. I'm still holding on to what we had, hoping it will come back someday. I walk through streets we used to walk, but they don't feel the same. The stores are different, and the faces have no connection to our name. I hear songs that remind me of you, and it pulls at my heartstrings tight. But I wonder if you hear them too, or if you've moved on from this night. I try to find the strength to move on, to let go of the things we knew, but your memory clings to me like the morning fog that's hard to see through. I keep waiting for the day when I wake up and stop missing you, but it feels like every moment I'm just holding on to what we knew. Do you still remember our dreams, the way we swore might never fall? Do you ever wish we could go back to the way it felt? A memory I can't forget. I keep hoping that one day we'll meet again and have the chance to say the things we never said, to pick up where we left off in our days. But until then, I'll keep your memory safe in the corners of my mind. And maybe one day, if fate allows, we'll find the love we left behind. And if not, I'll carry on with the whispers of your name, knowing that sometimes love just fades, but that doesn't make it any less the same. So here I stand beneath the sky, hoping that the wind will carry the whispers of our love so true back to you, wherever you may be.